Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm Mark, this is MKV Garage, and today we're going to be talking about the Supra. And I thought it would be a kind of cool video to do to talk about all of the mods that I've done to my Supra and what it would cost to do all of them to your Supra. So let's see how much I've spent, or how much MSRP is if I had spent MSRP on all of the parts, which I haven't. You know, some parts were actually sent to me as things to test, some I bought used, and so the number at the end is MSRP's added up, not what I've actually spent. So let's get into it. It is an absolutely beautiful day, and so I'm in the car. I'm going to go for a drive. I'm going to head up into New York, up into the Catskills. There's some mountain roads I'm going to go hit and enjoy the day. When we get up there, we'll find a good spot to stop. I got some things I want to talk with you guys about. Let's go. Like I said earlier, went out for a drive today. I've been out for about 5 hours now. Just been driving around, loving these back roads here in New York. Got up into the Catskills, got some curvy roads. Was kind of frustrated a little while. I was behind a set of cars that were doing like 15 under the speed limit, which kind of sucks when you're on nice twisty roads and you want to be able to open it up and use the car. But that happens. All right, so starting on the performance side, and then we'll get into some of the cosmetic stuff. JB4. So I've got the JB4 on there, and of course I've got the tune, the MAP 6 custom tune from Jesse, and that is like an E40 plus a methanol injection plus all the other mods that I've got taken into account for that. I've got the FTP charge pipe on here. I've got the MST intake, which is the full intake that goes all the way to the turbo. I got a custom carbon cover for that was made for me. I've got the Active AutoWorks catted downpipe. That's a high flow catted downpipe that goes on there. The HKS high power exhaust all the way back. Burger tuning methanol injection kit. And then I've got the P-tuned bracket that goes with it to fit the AEM tank. It's a little bit better tank, a little bit bigger tank. I've upgraded the lines to the Snow Performance braided AN lines, and also went with new Snow Performance nozzle holders. I've got dual nozzles on there, so I've got 2 injectors on the charge pipe. Because I'm running the Flex Fuel stuff, I've got the Fuel It Flex Fuel kit on there. I've got the XHP Trans Tune and the MHD Wi-Fi connector in order to use that. I've also got Bimmer code. The wheels, I've got the Titan 7 wheels on here, really like those. They're wrapped in PS4S, 305 out back, 265 up front. I bought Pro Springs to get it a little bit lowered. It sits really good and performs really well. Now I don't really need them for this car, or for these wheels, but for the other set of wheels, I've got the Burger Tuning wheel spacers. I've got the Veris Engineering dive plane kit right up front. I've got the Veris Engineering rear differential cover cooler. I've got the Veris Engineering wind deflectors by the windows. I've got the Velocitec ram air up front. Next couple aren't really performance mods, but there's something that I've used for, you know, helping me tune, helping me do other stuff, and that is the Draggy and the R7 from Uniden, the radar detector. Let's see. And then last but not least is the A90 Shop Alpha spoiler on the back. I had the Rec Speed one prior. I really like the way this one looks. Then getting into some of the cosmetic stuff, I've got the Rec Speed carbon inlays for the passenger side. I've got the steering wheel wrap. That one I really like. It is a full Alcantara, custom colored. I've got the roof wrapped. I've got the carbon pieces inside on the steering wheel. All the different steering wheel pieces are carbon. I've got the carbon seat inserts. I've got the carbon hood inserts here, which make this actually functional. I can feel heat coming out of there right now, so it does actually pull stuff out. I've got the Maxton design kit up front, the V1 lip up front, V2 side skirt, or V1 side skirt and V1 rear spats. I've got the carbon Toyota emblems on here, WeatherTech mats inside, carbon door handles. I've got the smoked marker lights, tint all around. I redid the engine cover. You guys have seen that. What we did with the engine cover was we painted it refraction blue and then hydro dipped it. I've got all the Veris caps inside, the red anodized Veris caps. I've got the dress up kit from Downstar, so all the red bolts that are in there. I've got the A90 shop exhaust surrounds that are carbon fiber. I've got the paddle shifter extensions, and I redid the starter button. And I think that is the list of everything. It's a whole lot. That's actually quite a few things. You know, when you don't think about it, you know, you buy a little thing here and there and you put it on, but you don't really consider how much you've spent. So when I actually added these up, MSRP, now, like I said before, I didn't pay full price for most of the stuff. I got discounts, I waited for sales, I bought stuff used, I had stuff sent to me for test with this channel, and so some of it I bought full price, but not very much. All right, so how much did everything on here actually cost? Well, if you were to buy everything at MSRP, which like I said, I didn't, $16,500 in performance, another $4,000 interior, exterior, just the aesthetics, the visuals, the look, brings you to $20,500. It's kind of scary. Like, I wouldn't have thought I had that much on here, but that's what it came out to. I ran through everything, and if anyone has any questions on what anything actually costs MSRP, I've got the full list here, and yeah, that's what it is. Kind of crazy, but that's kind of where we're at. You know, I probably could have, if I was getting into, let's go here. If I was getting into a Supra today, I would not do the mods that I have done. I would pull the ECU out, I would send it over, I would get it unlocked, I would go with a good tune, get a good tuner in there, and probably go with intake, intake manifold, port injection, and probably upgrade the turbo. So upgraded turbo, intake side, port injection, a real tune, like an ECU tune. Not the JB4 piggyback, but a true ECU tune is what I would go with. And that would probably put you a little under that 20,000 range. I'd have to figure it out. I know that you're probably looking at 2,500 for the tune, maybe 3,000 depending on who you go with and how much extras you get. For the intake side, you're probably looking at about 6,000 to 7,000, and then you're probably looking about the same for a good turbo setup. So you're probably getting close to that 20,000 as you add it all up, along with all the accessories that you're going to need, the fueling stuff, injectors, everything. You're probably looking pretty close to 20,000 to get a pretty killer setup. But I love my car. I love what I've done to it, and I wouldn't change it at this point. Like, if I was starting over, I probably would have gone a different direction. When I bought this, ECU was locked. It wasn't really an option. So I started down this path, and I am very happy with the performance. I go out, I drive it, I enjoy it, I go out with friends. I'm not at the racetrack all the time. I'm not doing quarter-mile stuff. I have fun with this car. And that's what it's all about. Set yours up the way that you want it to be so that it works for you. All right, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.